Hello ladies and gentlemen, back at it for another video. This is Screen Scene Guru coming at you with a movie review this time. This is for 2019's Escape Room. I recently watched this on my physical media, DVD. So going into this, we've got the story. 6 strangers find themselves in a maze of deadly mystery rooms. They must use their wits to survive. So, very interesting film. It's about an hour, 39 minutes. You can watch this now streaming on Prime Video to rent or on Netflix. Like I said, I watched the physical media DVD. It's the first time I've watched it. I've heard about it. I was going to watch it for the spooky season, but I just didn't get around to it. And I liked this. I thought it was pretty good for the horror jump scares. They do classify it on IMDb as B action, B horror, a psychological horror, psychological thriller, suspense mystery. So very good. The biggest name in this probably is Taylor Russell, which we've seen in, she's been in the Lost in Space Netflix series. She was the daughter. Besides that, I haven't seen her in anything else. But I do believe she's pretty big in television. Let's go to her real quick and just see what she has in her resume. Because I do believe she's also a model. Let's go into her stuff. Yeah, she was credited in Bones and All with Timothy Chalamet. Let's see, what else was she in? Lost in Space, 3 seasons from 2018 to 2021. The 2 escape room movies. Let's see. Waves. She's rumored to be in a 3rd escape room. Dead Summer, Before I Fall. So yeah, very niche, obscure things, but still pretty cool. I did like this movie, the way that they were all given boxes, cubes to solve this riddle. And then, of course, they all met at this government warehouse or this facility where they started the game, the escape room, much more deadlier than the typical escape rooms. I don't really remember how these things came about or how they really started. Besides, people were just enthralled with getting a gang together and solving mysteries, very much like Clue. At first, when I first watched it, I thought it was a professor that was going to be the bad guy, because of course he tells her to do something scary. But of course it seems like it's this evil corporation that's in charge of the games. And maybe they allude to that in the second one more. I haven't watched the second one yet, but I do want to go into real quick the director, whose name, adamrobitel. He's an American film director, and the movies he's responsible for, let me go into these real quick. Escape Room from 2019, he did the second one, Escape Room Tournament of Champions. The Taking of Deborah Logan, which I haven't seen that, but he did do one of the Insidious movies. He did Insidious The Last Key, which I wasn't a big fan of, but it was a pretty good horror film. Like I said, he's rumored to do Escape Room 3 at some point. He did do a Paranormal Activity movie, The Ghost Dimension, in 2015, that was rated R. The Ghost Dimension is probably one of my favorite ones, right under the marked ones. So, pretty good stuff there. You can check out all of the Paranormal Activities on Paramount, if you have the app. It says he also did, let's see, what else he created? Oh, the original X-Men? Interesting. I thought that was Bryan Singer, but they're saying that he wrote part of the script for X-Men 1 back in 2000. So that's very interesting. What else did he work on? Everything else is pretty much like obscure stuff, but very fascinating that he worked on X-Men 1 back in the day in the early 2000s with Bryan Singer. So that's pretty cool. And then he also did Chillerama, which those weren't very big movies. 201 Maniac or 2001 Maniacs, which those aren't very good either. But yeah, he's done some relatively, insidious films. He did a couple of Paranormal Activities, and then, he moved on to his own franchise, which is pretty good. That's what we want to hear and we like to see. Hoping this guy gets to do his third film, his third escape room. Are you a big escape room fanatic? I had never heard of him until I popped the disc in and watched it, so I'm glad I did that. Be sure to let me know what your thoughts are on Escape Room. You can check it out on Netflix, guys. I don't know if the sequel's on Netflix, but you can check out the first one for sure. Be sure to leave a like, comment down below what your thoughts are. You can follow my page at Scene Screen Guru on TikTok, Instagram. If you'd like to contact me, go right ahead.